Today's accompaniment to the usual display of freckly hands and hairy arms is a haul from last weekend. Not not actually a haul that was secured by me personally, but rather an agent in the field, my top agent in the field. The ones that are down the side of the screen aren't part of the haul. It's the middle ones that are the haul. Um, But yeah, it's just a particularly interesting haul because it's like my ideal haul because there's quite a few of these. It's almost an even mixture of familiar castings that I really like doing and have done loads of and kind of already have plans for what I'm going to do with them as soon as I get them, and then curveballs, like quite unusual things that I've never really seen before. So the first one that's new to me, which I didn't think it was at first, is this Pontiac Firebird. It's actually made by MC Toy. I thought at first, when I first saw it, it was like the one that I'm just holding next to it now. I thought it was the Matchbox version, but I was told that it wasn't what I thought it was, and it wasn't what I thought it was. It's very, very similar. The profile, I mean, I wouldn't say it's not like Matchbox were going bust and sold it and they bought the dies or anything. Matchbox was still making these at the time that these were being made, but they're absolutely, I can't see any difference in the dimensions whatsoever. And other than the fact that that feels a bit lighter because it's got a plastic base, there isn't really any difference in. I can't say there's a great deal of difference in the quality either. They're both pretty good representations. Even like the little marker lights on the side, they've both got that. They've both got the little Phoenix badge in the middle at the back. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's just as though I've got another one of those to do, really. But it just happens to be. Don't know if it's particularly rare, but it certainly seems quite unusual to me. The Corgi Mercedes 190 is more typical of the kind of things I tend to get in job lots, and I've done these before. I mean, any day where you get one of these is a good day. There's just so much you can do with them. The casting itself is brilliant, really. But they've just left you a lot of really fun things to do with it. Putting bigger wheels on or making the existing wheels bigger, detailing in lights and window trim, things like that. Obviously picking out that grille in chrome. So the bronze one, I've just completed that about a week ago, so it's nice to just get another one that I can just get straight on with. Oh, if you notice, my hands have got a bit of a metallic finish to them. I've been airbrushed and got paint all over them. The Transit's a new one on me. I mean, these might be common for all I know. I've never seen one before. Not with the facelift grill. The Corgi Escort. It's another one. This is another one that I really like to do. I've done quite a lot of these. I've got one here in the works at the moment. It's not complete by any stretch of the imagination, but I've started work on it. I've got the tow bar removed at the back. I've started putting details on it and stuff. I'm probably jumping the gun a bit. I shouldn't really have done that yet because there's still kind of structural work to it. I don't know if these wheels will be a permanent fixture on this one either, but it just gives you an idea of the kind of detail you can put on these. I do like the XR3 thing. I don't think there's going to be any way I can keep that if I'm going to be repainting the whole thing. So that's a bit unfortunate because I'm not really a decals and transfers sort of person. So I don't know. That's probably just gone. Might put a silver stripe there instead, just as like a kind of tribute to it. It's been stood on at some point by the looks of it, but that's not a big deal. I might even do a video about the rebirth of this particular one, demonstrate how things like that can be repaired, heated up, straightened out. But the unusual thing about this, it's kind of linked in with the Mercedes a little bit. All right, I've sort of done these a little bit out of sequence, but if you look, and it links the Transit back in as well. It's all very complicated. It's like one of those really immersive Netflix series. It's got all sorts of strands and story arcs all interweaving into each other because. The thing I like about these Mercedes is you always get a set of these wheels on, and these wheels are brilliant. I absolutely love doing stuff for them because there's so many things you can do with them. The reason I've got this MR2 is because that's got what used to be a set of those wheels. You can turn them into like quite convincing looking 4-spoke. They look like the kind of things that you might have got on 80s Japanese cars, especially a bit like the kind of things that you might have got on a 280 ZX or something. Or I think certain early 80s Celicas had something that looked a bit like that. But you can, just using that sort of plumbing, O-ring and sort of paint trickery, you can sort of turn those into those. This is where the transit feeds back in. We've got a Corgi transit here that comes with those wheels. You can even do it while they're actually in situ on the van. I just did this as like a little bit of an exercise. I'll probably get around to doing this van eventually. But going back to this Escort, it's got what I've never seen before, little miniature versions of those kind of 4-spoke wheels. They're exactly the same, so it's definitely, this Escort's definitely got what will be its final wheels. It's just that those wheels won't look like that. A scaled down version of, if you imagine a scaled down version of those on that's going to look pretty good. So it's already brought its own fancy wheels to the party. So moving on to Maestro Porsche 959, very similar to the Matchbox casting, just as much potential, just as many good details, plus they've also given it a full width backlight. It's all tinted orange, but there's nothing to stop me from tinting it other colours. Majorette Jeep Cherokee, it's certainly an unusual one for me. I don't recollect ever seeing any really before. I must have been vaguely aware of its existence at some point, because when I saw it, I sort of thought, oh, one of those, but I can't think where I've seen one. But regardless of that, I mean, don't be fooled by the slightly silly colours and decals and things like that. This is a really good casting. There's a lot of potential there. I would say it's Corgi Mercedes 190 levels of potential. And so the most unusual of them all, because I've never seen a 164 casting of this car ever. Again, it looks to be MC Toy, the very same people who so faithfully copied the the Firebird there from Matchbox, but they didn't copy this off Matchbox. I don't know if they copied this off anybody. This for me is probably the most interesting thing from this entire haul, and I don't think I'd have come across this possibly ever if it hadn't have been for the sterling work of my field agent. So what we've got here is a really good casting, really good likeness of a BMW 750 IL, the one that came out 1986, 1987. Details on it are lovely. Everything's there, just waiting to be picked out. Whether I will or not, I don't know. I mean, if these turn out to be rare, I'll probably stick to a fairly factory-looking restoration. I'll probably do it in a weird colour, but other than that, I mean, I'm definitely not going to change the wheels. I just haven't seen enough of these to want to start making any kind of alterations to it. I want to keep it looking as it does now, but just in kind of new condition and in a weird colour. So probably going to be a more traditional resto for this one. And the Escort I'm quite looking forward to, just because I can't wait to see what those wheels look like when they've had the trick done with them. And then you can see next to it what it'll look like when it's sort of halfway through. Not quite at the end, but it gives you an idea of just what's there to sort of bring out on these Corgi Juniors. You can see how much detail, how much potential some of the castings have actually got. They certainly never skimped on the amount of detail that they actually put in the castings, and a lot of the time they've got the proportions better than anybody else. You can see what you can turn one of these Mercedes into, and they do seem to turn up cheap quite a lot. They're not difficult to get hold of. The Transit is difficult to know whether to just, I mean, I'll probably, whatever I do, it'll probably involve removing the light bar and getting rid of the logo and just making it a plain van. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure because I haven't really looked into it. I don't know if they actually made a completely plain van of this. but somebody ought. But then it's just whether you actually pick out the details so you can really see that they went to the trouble of making the facelift, or do I just do it like I've done the pink one next to it, where I'm kind of trying to pretend that the factory did it like that. We'll see. The MC Toy one, it's so similar. I could almost just do exactly what I'd normally do with the Matchbox one, but I'm tempted just to, similar with the 7 Series, I'm tempted just to actually do that one as like a really standard manufacturer one. I don't know. I've just realised I've forgotten one. This was also part of that haul. It's a Matchbox Mercedes SL. It's a really nice casting. I do really like them. Never restored one before. I think it's just because I've never got hold of one that looked rough enough to actually take apart. This seems to have a sort of brass coloured lower half. That must be actually sort of metallic plastic. It's quite a nice, pleasing effect. It'd be nice, I think, to leave the lower half as it is and then just put like an angrier, sort of more vibrant gold over the top. I think that could well be what happens with this one. Just to make this feel even more made up on the spot than it already does, while I was filming that first bit, the castings that I was airbrushing, that the reason my hands are all multicoloured, became touch dry and handleable. So I thought I might as well just show those as well. Whether they'll feature in any future videos when they get built back up again, who knows? Probably not. But if you want to know, these are all Hot Wheels. Apart from that Porsche, that's not. That's I don't know who that is, but it's just an anonymous Hot Wheels style manufacturer. But I've got a full video. I've got 2 videos on using the airbrush, the nail bar airbrush. If you want to know how you can create paint effects like this easily and without much in terms of investment, both those videos would be well worth your while watching. So I know it might seem a bit strange just to end with panning around shots of some of the cars that I've been talking about and then 5 car bodies that I only introduced in the last 30 seconds, but things don't always make sense. Thanks for watching.